Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys. Who am I? Who am I? Who am I? I'm Light! Hey guys, welcome back to Quickies, the format where we take a topic and we give you a quick explanation of it. And I hope you appreciated that joke because I wrote it just for you. This time we're going to talk about Death Note. We're going back to the classics. Wait, our last two episodes of Quickies were about symbolism in Naruto. Naruto is a classic. But shameless plug! Check out those videos, they're right up here. Naruto, symbolism, religion. Okay, now let's be more specific. We're gonna talk about Light Yagami at the end of Death Note. And as usual, spoiler alert! But bro, you might say, Light Yagami is dead at the end of Death Note. Why would we talk about him? Well, you see, Light Yagami might have died at the end of Death Note, but is he really dead? What happens to him after he Hold on. Hello? No, Light dying is not a spoiler anymore. Okay, come on! If you don't know the end of Death Note and you're still watching this video, go watch Death Note before you watch this video. It's not a spoiler anymore. Come on guys, it's been decades. Anyway, bro! Yes, that's what I'm here to tell you, V101 fan. There's a lot more to Light after his death. Let's get into the nitty-gritty details of it, shall we? Now, Death Note might be a series about people's lives, and more specifically about how they die. But there's very little said about what happens after they die, isn't there? But for Light, that might be a little different. You see, we are interested in what happens to Light after death. If you remember, Ryuk tells Light when he first meets him, "People who use the Death Note don't go to heaven or hell. There is only nothingness. Moo." Okay, I'm not being a cow. Moo. Moo is something from Buddhism. Moo means nothingness. Buddhism basically believes that there is no heaven or hell you can go to and that there is just nothingness. You die and that's it. Now that's scary for a lot of people, but Buddhism also says that that's the case for everybody. And Ryuk seems to imply that only people who use the Death Note go to Moo. Well, that's the thing. Ryuk is a little trickster, you see. You know how he likes to play his games. He just told Light that he's going to Moo, but he did not mention that other humans would be going to heaven or hell. He never mentions anything about the people who actually die because of the Death Note. He doesn't say they go anywhere, so we can only assume that everybody goes to Moo. Now, as we said, Ryuk is a trickster. He might have made up his own rules for the Death Note before he just dropped it down into the human world. But let's assume that whatever he said was right. Now, what are the theories that we can talk about when it comes to Light's death? Let's get into a few of them. Now, some theories say that Light becomes a Shinigami after his death. Ryuk continues his games and sees what Light is up to after death and what he can do without the fear of getting caught or dying again. Well, there is a part in the anime which talks about, well, shows more likely, a Shinigami that looks a lot like Light, with the hair and the coat he wears as he dies, and you get this blood splatters on it as he gets shot. People believe that this could be Light as a Shinigami because he also knows about Ryuk loving apples and a few things that Ryuk doesn't really share with a lot of other people. But our favorite theory is the one that goes around the anime community and is most debated all the time. Not because it's bad or not because it's good, it's freaking awesome. Everybody knows that it's freaking awesome, but people don't know if it's actually real or if it's fan-made. So it's an alternate ending to Death Note. In this ending, Light doesn't die where he dies in the anime. He actually grows old as Kira. He continues killing people for a long time, and eventually he gets tired of it. So he tells Ryuk, Ryuk, sir, please write my name in the Death Note. I am tired of killing people. And Ryuk grants him his wish. He writes the name in the Death Note. Light gets a heart attack. He dies. Roll credits. That's it for this episode. Psych! Light comes back to life, much like I just said, psych! And came back to life. And he's in this other realm which he doesn't identify. He sees Ryuk and other Shinigami in this place. And weirdly, he's not old. He seems to be the age he was when he first got the Death Note. And suddenly, he gets a heart attack. But bro, you just said he was dead. Yes, V101 fan, he is dead. But he still gets a heart attack. And he wakes up. And then guess what happens? He gets hit by a truck. You see where this is going? Well, if you don't, I will explain it to you because this is a little confusing. Basically, Light faces the same fate that he dealt out to everybody using the Death Note. He dies the same way as he killed so many other people, and his punishment is to die those many times in that exact same way and feel that pain over and over and over again. So Light has killed like hundreds and thousands of people, so you can imagine the number of heart attacks, the number of accidents, the number of suicides that's going to happen. But that would freak me out if that happened, and Light laughs. He laughs! The madman laughs! He seems to think that this is temporary, which he is right about technically, and he is more interested in what is going to happen after the punishment. Ryuk even says that the King Death God or the King Shinigami is the only one who can write a person's name in his Death Note multiple times and kill them multiple times. And Light seems to want to plot to take over the Shinigami's role over there. The King Shinigami. He wants to rule the Shinigami world. He is the god of 2 new worlds. Of course, being Ryuk is very excited and would probably be just as happy if you gave him a couple of apples. So we don't know what to do about that. But personally, my favorite theory, mine, personal, not V101's, I don't know actually, but mine, is that Light dies. He goes to move Nothingness. The person known as Light Yagami doesn't exist anymore. There is nothing remaining but his ideals and goals. You see, as Kira, Light has inspired so many people to make change in society. It might not be the best way to go about things, but he definitely did change society. People stood in fear of Kira long after he was gone. People stood in fear of Kira long after he was gone. And people adopted the moral philosophy that Kira left behind. If you commit a crime, you shall be punished. Most probably by death, which is not the best way to go about things, but you shall be punished. And people will make it their responsibility to continue justice being dealt out to criminals in their own ways. Now, this could lead to a mob situation where people are hunted down and killed, or it could just be one citizen looking out for the other, or it could become like a big brother type of situation where
we're always watching you.
But eventually, it's undeniable that Kira leaves behind a moral philosophy that he becomes, maybe, in the future, he becomes the philosopher that edgy little kids quote, and they're like, oh, all criminals must die. Much like people say, hell, bro, life is meaningless, and you know. But that's it for this episode of Quickies. Let us know your thoughts in the comments down below. If you like such content, we have a lot more for you. And if you don't like it, you can let us know in the comments down below, but we're gonna continue making it anyway. So like, share, follow, and we shall be back next week with another topic.
Moon.